Hey y'all. Okay, so my video tonight is a little bit different. So it's a little more raw just because I'm a little shocked about some of the comments and memes and different information that I've been seeing on Facebook. So everybody was real hype over the weekend because Remy Ma dropped her diss to Nicki Minaj, and I'm really not about to talk about that. Like, I made my little comment or whatever. I love hip hop, but that's not really where I want to go in my video. So what I wanted to talk about was my shock about a lot of people's dispute about why Nicki Minaj doesn't have to respond. And people are talking about the compare in net worth for both celebrities. What the hell do y'all think net worth is? Like, net worth isn't 70 million that's sitting in her bank account. Net worth is what someone projects or forecasts that this individual is worth on a year-to-year basis. So you can be worth $70 million because of your name, your act, or whatever you have floating around you, but you can actually have just $3 sitting in your bank account. What has this individual done to actually have $70 million? You've had a couple of sold out concerts for the last couple of years, some good album sales, and you were talked about on a few different social media sites, public forums, and different things like that. That doesn't fill your bank account. Like, some chick from somewhere I don't even know bashing my video because she doesn't like the way I talk is not going to increase my pockets. Like, you have to understand the way money works. And I think that the problem with a large portion of young Black America is that we don't understand finances. And it's not just us. It's pretty much our community and our culture as a whole does not understand finances at all. Like, you have to understand, if you don't own anything, you don't have anything. I say that in just about every video, and what I mean by that is, if you don't have an asset that you can use and turn into actual cash dividends, at the end of it, you don't own anything. Everything you have is borrowed. From your apartment to your car, it's all borrowed. The only thing that isn't borrowed is your paycheck, but understand that's also borrowed as well, because they credit you that money for 40 hours a week that you do the week before. They hold back a paycheck and then pay you. You get paid on the 21st for work that you did through the 7th and the 14th. Nothing that we have, unless you have an actual business, you own a business, it's not yours. It is borrowed. With these album advances, like the New Edition story just came out, and everybody was so shocked about how New Edition was out all of these years and had a #1 single on the radio, and how they could still be living in the projects. That's not hard. The difference is they made it easier today for today's Black celebrities to be able to front a little bit harder. So you might see, your favorite rapper, your favorite singer pushing a Maserati, and you think that it's theirs. It's not. Like when Meek Mill dropped that line, when I bought that Aston Martin, y'all thought it was rented? Yes, it's rented. It's not yours, because unless you walked into that establishment and paid whatever value the Aston Martins are right now, cash money, and I'm not talking about cash money that you took out of a record advance. I'm talking about cash money that's left over your entire revenue. You took that money and you put that on the table of this dealer. Yes, it's rented. It's leased. You pay a monthly fee for that. If you're not, you might not be paying the dealership that monthly fee. You just paying your record label, because last time I checked, bruh, you have a 360 deal. So again, we don't pay attention to the fact that our favorite celebrities are broke. They're regular people just like us. It's just that instead of, like, for example, if I have a Capital One credit card with a $20,000 credit limit, on top of the fact that I make over $30,000 a year, you would think I can front and basically say I bring in $50,000. That's not what I have. It's not. Even in my $30,000 that I make a year, after paying taxes, I only see about what? 27, I'm gonna say. And then that $2,000 credit limit, it also accrues interest. You pay to borrow that money, so they're making money off of the money that I'm borrowing. So technically, in the end, and I'm just spitballing numbers out here, I probably, even with that $2,000 credit limit plus my actual income, I probably only have a year, maybe about $20,000. So what that basically says is Americans, Black Americans, most Americans, but Black Americans primarily, do not understand business, do not understand finance, do not understand how the real world works. This is the same reason why everybody is so pissed off at Donald Trump for not paying taxes, not even realizing that you technically don't have to pay federal taxes. As a matter of fact, we didn't have to pay federal taxes since after FDR was in office, but there's a way that you have to go about it so you're not hit with the tax evasion charge. He's not doing anything illegal. He just figured out how to work the system in the way that the rest of us don't take the time to understand because we're so busy trying to front for the next person. Shawaka Tima down the street is not about to intimidate me to spend money that I do not have. But we're so embarrassed by going to the clearance rack. We're so embarrassed by saying that, yes, I shop at the cheapest stores. Yes, I still go to Rainbow to get my stuff. Yes, back in 2010, I was still wearing FUBU sneakers when FUBU was no longer even a factor in most people's eyes. We're so ashamed of being able to say, you know what? I'm going to substitute how everybody else feels to get to the point that I need to get to, that we rather front and spend money that we don't have and put ourselves in unrealistic situations and then have debt. But as long as we look good on the outside, it don't matter that our home is in foreclosure. It don't matter that our car just got repossessed. It don't matter that our kids are eating oodles and noodles and hot dogs. Because as long as we can make the rest of the world believe that we got something that we really don't have until somebody comes out and blasts you. But then again, people who are ill-informed, who are not educated, are going to come back and say things such as, well, they got this, and that. So you think because you see this person wearing polo and you see them wearing Tom Ford that they got it. When in actuality, they sacrificed their light bill to front for y'all. So I've said all of this to say, look, we really got to be about our stuff. Like my last video was, or the video before that was about Buy the Block 2017. There is no way that we're going to find our rightful place in this country or anywhere around the world to be respected individuals. This is why we get laughed at. This is why we are called liquid money. Start investing your dollars. Stop investing in things that are going to be outdated 2 months from now. Stop investing in people seeing the face and not really knowing what goes on the inside. Stop fronting for the masses because somebody's going to come across and they're going to expose you. And people who actually know what is fact are going to be able to put 2 and 2 together and say, you know what? That does equal 4. So this is my rant for the night. I mean, you can take it or leave it, feel how you want to feel. You know, at the end of the day, everybody knows how I feel. Team Remy, she's not my favorite rapper, but we already know how I feel in this situation. So you guys have a great night and I'll see you next time.